Hey there, y'all. This is Jack, and today we're discussing One Piece 1001 Dear Bonnie. For the most part, with all the Kuma stuff, I really like, except one part, and the rest of it's just not that good. It really isn't. It's not written well whatsoever, and I'll get to it when we cut to that. But first, before we go into it, double spread color page by Oda, and we get all the Vegas, the Vega punks. So yeah, interesting. I like it. All right, let's continue with the story, shall we? My bread and butter. All right, we cut to Kuma watching Luffy. He's watching Luffy, all right. Okay. I mean, there's not. I mean, we see Luffy doing his Gom Gom axe, and I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he uses that against um Arlong. I believe because I do remember that he kicks up and smashes Arlong. I don't remember if he shouts axe, but I do believe that's what that attack is. So I thought that was pretty cool to see Luffy, trying to master that technique as he does, and we got a bunch of animals that are scared of that, which is pretty humorous, as we get Kuma just remembering back in the past when he was talking to Dragon, saying, um Dragon, you seem familiar with this island. Not only that, but when I went to stretch my legs earlier, I found a remote village on the outskirts. There was a young boy there, and Dragon says, if you keep talking about this, you may as well kill me yourself. Ikuma's like, what do you mean? As Dragon says, a child is a parent's weak spot. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Alrighty, we already got to a problem. Kuma's like, yeah, hey, Dragon, I went to the island to stretch my legs. I met this kid, and Dragon's like, okay, you got me. Yeah, that's my son. And Kuma's like, wait, what? Like, are you for real? Like, it'd be funny if Kuma was talking about like some other kid, and Dragon's like, yeah, that's my. Oh my gosh, dude. I legit couldn't believe this. I thought that we get in conversation of Dragon, watching Luffy, and Kuma would approach him, and Dragon be like, "Yeah, that's my." Kuma would be like, "That's an interesting kid." And he's like, "Yeah." And Kuma would kind of put two to two together that that's Dragon's kid, but no, it's just Kuma's like, "Oh yeah, there was a kid I saw there one time. Oh yeah, that's my kid." Like, what the like? Yeah, I get Dragon doesn't really have any interest, keeping secrets from Kuma because he trusts Kuma, but this was a very, very sloppy and way of getting that across. I thought that this is just bad. As Kuma just continues to watch Luffy, I mean, there's legit no reason. Hey Kuma, why are you watching Luffy? Because he's the main character. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Let's continue on. As he's watching Luffy, then the phone rings and he leaves, and Luffy's like, "Huh? What was that? I just got a weird chill." Oh well, let's continue practicing. Because I'm going to protect all my friends. Because no matter what, I'll always be here to protect my friends. I'm developing all these moves so that way I'll always be with my friends. I'll never, ever, ever, ever let them get away and be taken away from me. A bit hand fisted, but whatever, Oda. And then we cut to Kuma just helping out some pirates, not knowing that they're pirates. As he's getting message that they're pirates. That stole stuff. As Kuma goes helps them, and then he leaves and he comes back and they're like, ah, yeah, we surrender. I found that funny. I was like, okay, I like that. I like that. Then we get Kuma essentially just writing many letters to Bonney, and we get this one scene where he says the world is full of beauty, and it can't be captured in a photo or a picture books, which is a nice scene there. As Kuma's just writing many many letters to Bonney. Then as we cut back to the Sorbet Kingdom, Bonnie's not receiving any letters at all, which I did found interesting. I was like, why isn't she receiving letters? Then we cut to Alpha getting the letters. And she's just shredding them. She's just shredding them. She'll just give the any other mail to the people like newspapers, but when it comes to letters to Bonnie, she just rips them. I don't understand why she's doing that. I legit don't. The only thing I could think of, which is probably the only thing that makes sense, is that hopefully Cipher pulls. Hopefully that Bonnie just gets distressed from Kuma, just gets angry at Kuma, and just doesn't want anything to do with Kuma. That's the only thing that comes to my mind, to be honest. And that's the only thing that really makes sense. Is like that's like yeah, I get Cyberpol. They're a bunch of jerks and they're like really, really messed up. So like I was thinking like, why would they just tear up, letters? But I think that's like the only possible explanation. I That does make sense. And then we cut to Bonnie, very. oddly transforming her body to where she's like more muscular, like muscular form as she wants to, spar. And her friends like, no, how about let's just play some Jenga instead. And then she starts to get into a fight, and Alpha comes in, sees Bonnie in this bigger form, and then Bonnie just kind of shrinks down, and Alpha's like, oh, I thought no, I guess I was just seeing stuff, and I was like, come on. You could have just had it to where the doors opening and Bonnie just shrunk immediately, and Alpha didn't suspect anything, because this does hurt Alpha, and this hurts Cyberpol's 8. This is Cyberpol 8. It just hurts them. It hurts that organization, because this organization is supposed to be very intelligent, very smart, and they're just making Alpha look like a complete idiot. And I just do not like that at all. I do not like my villains being complete idiots at all. As they continue to talk to Bonnie, Alpha, and giving her medicine, saying that the medicine's bad. And then we cut back to the Science Division Lab number 8, where Vegapunk is. As yeah, Vegapunk essentially has his head cut now. And we got Stussy there, Stussy the clone. As she's saying, that suits you and all that stuff. And it's like, okay, that's a pretty good moment. I like this banter here between them. And Kuma essentially says, so what am I to expect, by my mind being, gone? And Vegapunk essentially just gives him, like, he's actually being he just being blunt with him, like, well, the reason they're really doing this because, you do follow orders, like, you're pretty good at that, but if you're ordered to kill a kid, would you actually do it? So yeah, they're gonna erase your memory. It's gonna take some time, but you will be, your mind will be completely gone at some point, and there'll be no, that's it. It'll be roughly in a year, and it'll be that, and that's that. And then Kuma just starts writing a letter, and he's like, I'm gonna run out of time, but I'm gonna keep writing Bonnie, because I wanna just write to her so much, because obviously that's his daughter, and he has so much he wants to tell her, but obviously he doesn't have the time, so he's just writing as much as he could. And we get Stussy saying, "Oh, that's pretty sweet," as it's Bonnie's birthday, and everyone's so happy for Bonnie, as they bring her a big pizza, which is pretty good. I like that a lot, because Bonnie likes her pizza as they give it to her. And she loves it so much. And then when this celebration comes to a close, everyone's asleep. Bonnie goes to the mailbox, and nothing. She's like, it's like, because she's 9 now, and yeah, she's not getting her letters, and she's just very, very sad about that. And that is sad. Like, that's legit sad. As we cut to Dragon and Sabo about saying the Revolutionary Army that whenever they're at a tough situation, Kuma's around, Kuma will actually go help them out and then just leave, which does confuse the revolutionaries quite a bit. But Dragon says, that, well, I mean, Kuma has his reasons, and we gotta trust him. That even though he's keeping us in the dark, we trust him. Then we cut back to the Sorbet Kingdom, as Bonnie looks like she's completely cured. She has none of the dragon scales on her, and she's like, "All right, I'm ready to go." And of course, Alpha's like, "No, you have to remain under supervision. You gotta keep an eye on you." And Bonnie's just not having any of that. But of course, Alpha just puts an end to that, and we get another dumb thing here that I really, really, really dislike. Okay, the king's mother, she said that some of the people here keeping an eye on Bonnie went to the bar, started blabbing that. Yeah, they essentially just spilled the beans. Yeah, Bonnie's been cured the entire. They essentially just said, "Okay, everyone in the bar. Yes, we're drunk, and yes, we're secret agents, but we're gonna spill the beans and everything." I guess you could say, well, maybe the actual doctors here aren't part of the CP8. Maybe they're actual doctors that are just working, and they're just just having fun, and they just got drunk. I mean, okay. Or I could counter that. This is a mission to keep Bonnie under security, so that way they could keep Kuma in control until he turns to a robot. This is just sloppy writing. It's absolutely terrible. I see what Oda's trying to do. He's trying to obviously get Bonnie out of here. He's trying to show how she could learn the truth and then get out of here, because she learns here that she's cured, and that they have no intention of letting her go. Yeah, and then we have the old lady, which is really Bonnie in disguise, leaving the place, which is actually not that bad. Bonnie could change, and they didn't want Bonnie, or did Alpha doesn't know. Like, she clearly doesn't know, but clearly the old lady's leaving in a suitcase big enough, where a child could be in, which is, obviously she's not in there, obviously, right? But you think Alpha would check it, but no, she doesn't. Like that did bother me because like Alpha, like she just goes there and then leaves, and I'm like, at least check the. Like I get it, Bonnie's not in it, but she should check it, because like really, like you do that, but then obviously the next day, um, Bonnie gets on a ship as the king's mother, set up a boat for her to go and her friends as they go. And then Alpha goes in, she sees old lady saying that's Bonnie. I actually did get a good chuckle out of that. And they start going on their ship. And here's another horrendous part of writing here. Alpha sees the ship leaving, right? And she's bolting right there to try to capture Bonnie. And as she starts walking on the air, obviously with this Agent Zeros are able to do. What was it called? Moonwalk? Was that? I kind of like Moonwalk, I believe. As she starts, walking on the air right towards Bonnie, and Bonnie, remember, Bonnie's what at this point, 9 years old, right? And Alpha is an agent. Alpha's a full-fledged agent of Cyberpol 8. These are elites, and she gets one-shotted by freaking Bonnie. Alpha should be on high alert as Bonnie jumps into the air. Her upper body gets massive. Her right arm turns big. Alpha should immediately be like, okay, something's up here, and immediately take the initiative. I don't believe that Bonnie. They should not have been able to get out of the situation. They honestly shouldn't have. If they were going to do it, they should have done it smarter. Because having this little 9-year-old girl take down a Cyberpol agent, it just makes the Cyberpol look weak and incompetent and morons, which is utterly retarded. I'll just say it because it really is. But yeah, that's the end of the chapter. The stuff with everything with Kuma, besides Kuma just watching Luffy because main character. But besides that, everything else. Well, no, never mind. Everything else was with Kuma's good. The things with Bonnie was bad. Kuma watching Luffy was bad. How Bonnie figured out the truth of that they're just lying to her because some people drunkenly spoke was dumb. So I'll give this chapter a 3 out of 10. Yeah, it was bad. But yeah, that concludes my review. If you think I'm being too harsh, please let me know. And if they have any explanation on anything I missed, please let me know. I'd be very, very interested in reading it because I do like One Piece. I'm still One Piece fan, but One Piece does have a lot of dumb writing. It really does. All right, let's be frank. So anyway, you guys take care and have a good one. Later.